this movie. Not just for the history, but to know where to turn next.
It was a very good film. Anything that exposes the omission of our history that has basically occurred, I believe, deliberately from textbook writers for the past 80 years.
I was just really amazed at the documentation and the revisionist history, how there's so much distortion of the history that's being taught to our children, and there's not a lot we can really do about it unless we step up and reclaim our heritage.
Right, how easy it is to omit things as we teach our children.
Anybody?
That freedom's not free.
What about any of you? What was one of the things you learned?
Based on morals.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That Congress printed Bibles and gave them to schools.
Well, it's just showing how much our country's changed over the last 200 years.
How has it changed?
Not really good.
I think one of the things that was very interesting to me was that there was a connection to the country of Holland in the Netherlands. We have a family connection of people there, and we never knew that. We always thought it was England, and that's not the truth.
Did it interest you why they left for Holland in the first place?
Yes, it did, because it wasn't just solely a great idea, hey, let's get in a big boat and sail away. It was an idea of greater than themselves and the ability to know that freedom is of greater value than just having things and being in a world of material.
Then also, I'm a senior this year, and hearing about that book that said, oh, we don't need any sources, I learned about, oh, you need sources, you need primary sources, so I thought that was very interesting. I thought it was good that they pointed that out.
And which book was that again?
That was, the book was, what was it? It's like The Godless Constitution. Talking about that, well, you trust us, we know that they were atheists, but then all the other sources that they had written about, maybe not necessarily in the Constitution, but having those books printed and everything, they wrote in their personal journals talking about God. So, and you have their sources against a couple of professors. It's very interesting.
But to realize how many people had to die just for me to be able to have that Bible, and how that was such a foundational part of our nation, and that with Congress passing a law to give money for the printing of Bibles for families and for schools and churches, and that it was never meant to be a separation of church and state. It was meant to be a self-governed Christian government.
Oh, well, it just reinforced our foundation and our biblical foundation of what our forefathers went through to get the Bible here to this country, so the Bible would be the root of our law, so that we could have our freedom.
The fact that there's a monument that is that descriptive, that's in this land, nobody even knows it's here.
And being made aware of that fantastic granite monument that was displayed there that never knew existed.
I thought it was interesting about the Matrix monument. I think it was very interesting that, as the movie said, not a lot of people know about it. It's the first I'd ever heard about it, and it's interesting.
I love hearing about the monument with the Liberty Man and the truth, and the big statue that he was talking about with the woman pointing her hand towards heaven. And I thought it was a really powerful film, and I really enjoyed it.
There was a monument that we had no idea that even existed. We're not taught it in history books, in our classes, in school, and it's just amazing that it's there for us to learn from and take note from and to base our country on.
What was so special about this monument?
The message of liberty.
Of true liberty.
What makes true liberty?
Thank God.
God's word in the law.